Hello everybody, Mr. Steen here. In order to do your CTE Google Site project about your career, you are going to have to make some decisions about your design, and I wanted to show you a few options that you have in order to do that. So we're going to go over here to our website, and here is maybe my intro page. Of course, I made a little bit of decisions already about this in the background, but we'll go into that in a minute. The main thing for you to know is that there aren't really a lot of design choices. The old Google Sites actually had more choices. Here, there's not a ton. So for instance, if I say, okay, I want this one that has a box around my site, around my title, that's cool. And then I can choose the colors I might want that to be. And then under font style, all I have is a few choices. Now that one, and then look, that makes the border curvy instead of square. Let's see what light does. That one's square. So if you want this type of look, that's your only decisions that you can really make are those simple decisions. Now you can choose any color you want. So at least you can go into here and be like, I really, really want purple. And then come out here and does it change? So that's the other funny thing is it will override your decisions if Google Sites thinks that it doesn't look good, it'll force you to use good design. So you don't have a lot of choices to make bad decisions. So if it's not choosing the color you want, that's why it thinks now purple's too ugly. It's not going to be able to be readable, so we're not going to do it, which is a little annoying. So you only have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 real themes. However, there are a few other things you can do. For instance, over here, this is the banner that's on the top of every single page we make. So when I go to pages and I go to my main site, if I go to information, I also have that banner, right? I can change the image of my banner. So I can select an image. This is rather cool because I can just do a Google search right from in here. And the results you get are labeled for reuse. And it says with modification. But basically, the things you get on through this search are better than trying to search for it, say, on regular Google search and then putting in the URL. It'd be better to do it here. If you have some of your own pictures, you could put those in as well. So if you happen to have a picture of your workplace or your parents' workplace or something, you could add those, go into your Google Drive and add those. But you also have just these generic pictures if you think that some of these maybe work. So if you're doing police and this reminds you of like police lights or something at night, your background be for the top of every single one of your pages. No, it's not. I lied. So you could do it different for every page. Okay. You can also choose this where you have a really big picture, a medium picture, or only the words. So that's your only choices for the looks up there. As you add new things to your... Well, that was weird. As you add new sections to your site, which... is being weird. Oh, because I'm not in this. I'm going to say I make a text box. So now I want to type down here. Hi there. Here is some information. Your design choices here are bold and italics. You can say this is normal text, or you can say these 3 other categories. So that's, again, all the choices you can make there. And then you can go over here and say that I want this section to have some emphasis, so it's a different color, some other emphasis, so it's another color that matches. Or again, I could select an image, and I could say, well, this time I want this background to be this keyboard, and then it will do that. And then you saw that little thing pop up adjusting for readability. It changes the colors that you're allowed to use to make it look good. Now these images together have nothing to do with each other, and if you just chose any old image every single time, that would not be good design. So on your thing here it says you should include good quality design. That would be having purposes. I keep choosing the wrong one. That would be having a purpose for why you have these backgrounds. Just choosing random backgrounds because you think they look cool and they have nothing to do with each other would not be a good design. You can also, once you get a section that you like, you can always duplicate it and then change the information in it. But anyway, that's the main design choices that you have are the backgrounds of each section and the images that you choose for each section. Of course, you can just put in an image, which would go in its own section. And again, here, you might want to search, and so you're doing something about police, so you do a search for police. Oh, this guy looks nice. So you put him in there. Isn't that nice? And you could say, okay, well, he gets an emphasis. Now it even looks like he's part of that. But you could also say he gets this kind of emphasis. You could also put little dividers in between your sections if you wanted to. So if you wanted to have a line in between them, you can do that. You can get rid of anything over here. And of course, you have all these other things you can put in, which I'll cover in just the how to use the website in just a second. But that's the general design things that you can look at for this project. See ya.